What's up guys, how are you going? Today we're going to be looking into what happens if the sun goes out for 24 hours. I personally feel like it wouldn't be a big deal, but let's see what this man has to say about it.
Let's speculate for a moment.
Yes.
What would happen if our sun suddenly went out for an hour? Or
like
for a month?
It goes out at night
Or
though.
let's say even for a whole year.
Okay, we'll probably be dead if it's for a year.
What would happen to mankind?
Ooh.
The very last photons from the surface of our star and the last particles that make up the solar wind have started
Just like to put it out there that I was never very good at science.
final flight towards the Earth. No one yet suspects that the heart of our solar system has stopped functioning.
I mean,
8 to 9 minutes later, and the sky suddenly turns black. Darkness descends upon the entire planet. No matter whether at the moment it's the deep dark of midnight or a bright sunny noontime at your location, you can quickly and easily see the difference. The stars are now all clearly visible.
I can definitely tell you if the sun went out for like a week straight, I would not be leaving my house. I just find it so creepy at night walking places by yourself. I would be staying indoors. I reckon crimes would go up
Backdrop of
if the
sky.
sun went out.
The moon is not visible at all, since there is no longer any sunlight for it to reflect.
Oh my God,
A
no
moment
way.
Before the
No
onset of
moon.
the all-enshrouding darkness, bright northern lights may appear due to changes in the magnetic field around the Earth and disturbances in the ionosphere. The most dreadful consequence of all is the complete and utter cessation of the process of photosynthesis, resulting in plants and cyanobacteria no longer producing oxygen.
I was gonna say you would not be able to grow crops.
This will soon lead to, how shall we
There's my
say,
2 cents.
difficulties for every living being. After an hour, true panic reigns over the heretofore daytime side of the Earth. Power and communication outages
Oh,
propagate
wow.
across the entire
Power.
planet. Temperatures everywhere drop by several degrees.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. We've had like 48 plus degree weather in Australia with heaps of bushfires. We could do it with a few degrees dropping, okay? We'll take that. We'll have that now. Thank you.
And the Earth's surface
It's
appears
so hot here.
cool. But from the inside, the planet is still heated by its molten core.
Ooh, okay.
24 hours in, dawn has not and will not arrive. Panic and chaos are enveloping the entire world. State authorities have almost zero
That quickly?
control over the situation. Humankind is trying to figure out what the hell happened while coping with massive power and
Mother
water
Nature's
supply
had enough.
outages.
Just cut
The
it out.
temperature on the surface falls
No
to
more
between
sun.
5 to 7 degrees Celsius. That's about 41 to 45 degrees Fahrenheit and has now decreased by about
Luckily
15
for
to
us,
20
the sun's
degrees
getting
Celsius.
closer, not
That's
further
a
away.
drop of about 30 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my goodness.
Some species of plants and microorganisms begin to die.
I'd be
The
one of those because
inhabitants
I'm
of
not
the
used to cold
oceans,
weather.
For the time being,
I've
feel
never
almost no
experienced
changes.
negative weather.
After 7 days, it's still dark. The average temperature on Earth is now minus 17 degrees Celsius.
Oh.
That's about 1 degree Fahrenheit. In areas where there are tectonic faults, it's still warm, thanks
Oh, thank
to
goodness.
geothermal energy not letting the surface freeze over. Most plants have already died due to cold or lack of light. Herbivorous and heat-loving animals also begin to die.
Oh, really?
In
Cats?
the oceans, phytoplankton begin to die as well. The inhabitants of shallow waters suffer tremendously from the cold.
Who would have thought
and
you needed-
the surface of the ocean is beginning to
I guess it needs sun like a little bit, but who would have thought it'd be that quick all these things happen?
turn
My
to
goodness.
ice. By now, scientists and other individuals have realized
Just might like to add that my plants that are indoors don't get too much sunlight and they are hanging in there just by a thread, but they're still kind of hanging in there.
what has happened and rushed to organize and equip shelters. 1 month in, and the Earth is continuing to cool.
Oh, this
The
reminds me of
average
day after
temperature on
tomorrow.
The surface is now about minus 30 degrees Celsius.
No.
That's minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit.
There is no
And
jacket that
almost
could keep me warm.
The entire planet is now coated with ice. Virtually all plants and cyanobacteria have perished. Some species of trees, especially conifers, are still alive. But with
Conifer?
the lack of sunlight, even they are not producing oxygen. In fact, most of the Earth's living things have died.
This just took a really dark turn, might I add. Okay, I thought this was going to be like not this
But
morbid.
some bacteria still carry on with their normal life activity. Most of the remaining life on Earth is now found only near geothermal springs and underwater. Interestingly, the layer of ice on the surface of the oceans slows down their cooling. And In the areas of oceanic
I mean, polar
tectonic
bears and Antarctica could probably do with this right now with all the melting
faults
ice cubes.
and geothermal sources, the water is
Icebergs.
still warm, obviously
Not
being
cubes.
naturally heated. But even in the ocean, the drama of a mass extinction event begins to unfold.
Uh-oh.
1 year in, and the surface of the Earth and the oceans are covered with a thick layer of ice. According to Professor David Stevenson at
Yikes.
Caltech, the temperature on the surface of the Earth should drop to about minus 40 degrees Celsius, and that's the same
Okay,
in
no.
Fahrenheit. Life endures now only deep in the Earth's
Give me a twitch in the
oceans.
eye. I'm nervous.
And perhaps some groups of humans might be able to survive on the surface of the planet in places like Iceland.
Is it even worth living when it's that cold? Like how?
And other areas with large amounts of geothermal activity. Professor Stevenson believes that the Earth will continue to cool for another several thousand
Oh my
years.
goodness. Let me know in the comments down below what is the coldest temperatures you've ever experienced, because hate to admit it, the coldest temperature I've ever experienced is probably like 4 degrees. I've never seen snow in my life.
Until the surface temperature reaches approximately minus 160 degrees Celsius.
Okay, nah,
That's
nobody
about
can survive
minus
that.
256 degrees Fahrenheit.
That is insane.
At that point, life on the planet, in the usual sense of the word, will simply become impossible. And let's not forget
Maybe,
about the
just
gravity
maybe.
of the sun. After all, it's unlikely
That is
that
so
the sun
cold.
could suddenly go out without losing its gravitational pull. If the sun
Okay, what about if the sun comes back? How quickly does it reverse? That's what I want to know.
ceases to hold the planets and other celestial bodies in their orbits, then the planets and asteroids will simply fly away into outer space, some of them possibly even colliding with one another. The Earth, for one, will soar out into deep space, where it could get bombarded with asteroids, comets,
Oh my
and
goodness.
radiation,
Just one big
collide with another planet,
ice cube that's about to
or
explode.
even someday end up in the gravity well of a black hole. There's also a very small possibility that
Space is so wild. It's just it freaks me out.
after wandering through space for a very long time, the Earth would be able to integrate into another stellar system and find a new sun. In the end, however, it's important to realize that this
That's
scenario is just a
insane.
fantasy. Or rather,
Nah,
a
you've done it to
thought
me, buddy. What you've done it. That's it. I'm terrified. I was worried about hot weather, but now I'm just worried about
As
the
for
sun
the
leaving.
near future of our star, in a couple of billion years, the sun will swell and turn into a red giant. Our star will swallow Mercury and Venus, and Earth and Mars will become heated up to several thousand degrees.
So
In
that's what's
5
happening.
billion years, the sun will explode and throw off its outer envelope, leaving at the center of the solar system a gradually cooling
This guy's just
stellar
told us
core,
that-
a white dwarf around which will orbit whatever remains of the solar system after the explosion. Concerning humankind, its fate remains unknown. Hopefully by that time we'll be able to fly to other planets and star systems. But
Well, this man's basically just told me that I'll be dead by then. It's a couple billion years, but still, my
it's a
goodness.
story for another day.
Why is there an orca on a plane? This is what happened to Willy Orca after the movie. No, I don't want to watch that. That looks horrible. But anyway, this guy's just told me that the planet's gonna die one day, which we already knew because of climate change and we're speeding it up, whatever. But like, whoa. That is the end of the video, guys. It was a little bit morbid, but look, it looks like it's gonna be many years before then, and we're heating up here in Australia. We're not getting colder. So that is the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.